Welcome to the Daily Dharma, a gentle podcast where we read a philosophical story every week and reflect on how it relates to everyday life. Our focus is to use Buddhist philosophy to understand the complexity of modern life and find achievable and accessible pathways to peace and happiness. Hi everyone, welcome to the Daily Dharma. In this episode, we'll be talking about flowing through pain and how we can learn to be at greater peace with ourselves even though we're experiencing deep pain. The story that we'll be reflecting on this theme is called Flowing Together, and it comes from the book Zen Stories with Master Seiji by Daiki Shimada. Here is how the story goes. A renowned scientist approached Master Seiji, troubled by reconciling science with spirituality. Is there a path that merges science and Zen? He inquired. Master Seiji welcomed the scientist to his home and led him to a stream flowing through the garden and handed him a leaf. Place this leaf on the water and observe, he instructed. The scientist did as he was told, watching the leaf drift with the current, twirling and bobbing over ripples and rocks. After some time, Seiji asked, "So, what did you see?" The scientist paused and replied, "I saw the leaf navigate the stream, influenced by the water's flow, its obstacles, and its own structure," replied the scientist, intrigued. Just as the leaf moves with the water, so too can science and spirituality flow together, Seiji explained. Both disciplines seek to understand the world, one through the material, the other through the essence of being. Like the leaf, let your pursuit of knowledge and wisdom be flexible, adaptable, and moving with the currents of both realms. The scientist reflected on this, realizing the integration he sought lay not in the separation of these perspectives, but in their mutual journey towards understanding. Embrace both with deep openness, Seiji concluded, and you will find your path. With a nod of gratitude, the scientist left, contemplating the new perspective on his journey forward. What I really appreciate about the scientist's perspective is that there is a scientist, or rather a scientific observer in all of us. It's that voice that unapologetically and honestly describes everything that is happening to our lives. And this voice is particularly apt in describing our pain. When we experience the loss of a parent, a spouse, a friend, a beloved pet, a job, opportunities, dreams, when we experience loss and suffer in any way, this voice clearly reads out and describes our pain to us. And because this is truly frightening to even behold within ourselves, the instinct and often the instruction we get from others, and also in watching how other people react to our pain, is to simply ignore the scientific observer inside of us. We just don't want to hear it. We seek to distract ourselves, we seek to run away, and oh my goodness, does the world offer an endless bounty of distractions, whether it be our social media, whether it be different substances, whether it be just endless activities we can engage in to distract ourselves. But our pain is inevitably a part of who we are, and denying the pain is denying your own honest life experience. And so, within myself, particularly these days, I experience a lot of pain surrounding the state of how people are living and the suffering in the world. But I ask myself, what is this pain here to teach me? Because I'm alive in this specific point in time, experiencing this pain to learn something and to grow from it. And this pain both opens me up and fills my heart with compassion for others, and also reminds me that I too must get my own compassion. It reminds me that while we are living in a time of great suffering, this is also a time of great generosity within ourselves. This is a time where one little smile, one little gesture can mean the world to people because life is so hard. And thus, on the flip side, this is the best time to really bring out the most generous version of yourself, to be giving and kind to yourself, to be giving and kind to those around you. And when things are difficult, knowing how things are in the world, to give yourself deep grace and forgiveness, to not be so cruel to yourself when you speak about expectations, or rather what you hoped for and didn't get. And in really reflecting on why the pain is there and treating it like a valued guest more than an enemy I want to forget and banish, the pain does slowly go away. I feel as though every time deep pain arrives in our lives, it really is an invitation to let that scientific observer inside of us speak their truth, to listen deeply and ask, okay, what now? Now that I know and I accept that this is happening, what now? And in also listening to people's stories about how their pain led them down these extraordinary journeys of finding connection with others, of finding that deep well of generosity and compassion within them. It is truly incredible what we are capable of, how much we can heal and help others to heal when we don't treat pain as this unwanted aberration, but rather a part of our journey in life. And of course, our pain may feel as though it just is unimaginable in its magnitude, and it could be so deeply overwhelming. But in experiencing this, we understand how many of us experience pain, and we can learn to be so much kinder to ourselves and so much kinder and understanding to others who are experiencing that same kind of pain. And so, in reflecting on pain honestly and without any kind of hiding, we really do start to see that while our existence can be raw and painful, it's also an invitation for us to be authentic and open, because life is never what we truly expect it to be. And our pain is one of the greatest teachers to remind us of that. I think in kind of reflecting on pain, the unexpectedness of pain has always made me understand the unexpected tragedies in my life and other people's lives so much more. It has taught me that life is not predictable and pain is not predictable, but in seeking to understand and be at peace with our pain instead of fighting it, we actually become much better people, much better friends and spouses, siblings, and members of our community. And while pain is never welcome initially, hopefully it turns into a beautiful journey of awakening and openness and finding new ways to seek and develop peace within yourself in your own life. Thank you so much for listening to this episode. If you have any thoughts or questions, please email me anytime at dailydharmapodcast@gmail.com. I hope you have a beautiful, safe, and joyful week ahead of you. Until next week,